Hello, I am so excited to be back with you all at Keeping It Real. My name is Kim Rittberg, and I'm an award-winning marketer who helps real estate agents get better on camera, message themselves better, all to bring in leads and clients, right? Sell more homes, help people buy more homes, and all of that. Today, I want to talk about this concept of who cares if we hear your voice? Like, do you really need to speak on video, on social media, on your website, wherever? I want to explore this a little bit more. I'm not just gonna be like, yes, you must. But I really want to explore this concept because I have a lot of clients who come to me, a lot of agents across the country, and they are showing up on social, but they're not necessarily showing up on video, like in a really like, kind of an open way that lets people get to know them better. And I want to dive into this before because I want to talk about the reasons why you should or shouldn't be on camera and actually speaking on camera and connecting that to your goals, right? So a little bit more about me. I teach a lot of real estate agents across the country. Last year, I spoke at the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Convention. I have clients from, oh man, so many brokerages around the country, from Hawaii to Florida, New York to Michigan. I'm not that great with geography, but what they all come to me for is help elevating their brand, becoming the go-to agent. And I have several different programs. And actually, in coming up soon, I have a VIP Thought Leader Day, which helps people get on camera with a really dialed in message. It really is for those people who are still struggling with getting that video, those videos that really help you shine, who you are, what you're great at, why clients should trust you. So it's going to be a very done for you day. We do a couple calls, you show up, I put you on camera, I direct you, and you walk away with a lot of content, but more importantly, content that really hits your message. So that's gonna be really fun. So if you're interested, you can connect with me in the show notes. You can find me on Instagram or LinkedIn at Kim Rittberg, Rittberg. You can also click in the show notes and drop me a line there. We can hop on the phone if it is a fit for you. Again, it's going to be in New York City, fabulous New York City, in early May. So reach out to me if that is of interest to you. And I came here because I was a journalist for many years. I was a television news and lifestyle writer and producer. So when people say, "Oh, I hate being on camera," I'd help thousands of people get comfortable on camera. And it's not just accepting how you look and hating your voice a little less, but also understanding how to actually speak on camera in a way that really highlights you and makes you shine, where you feel good, but you also are authentic. Really, when you're showing up on video, you're like, that's actually me. So that's something I did for nearly a decade. And then I launched the video unit for Us Weekly magazine, the celebrity magazine, and worked at Netflix and Pop Sugar. So that's that element of social media content. How do you create a lot of content, constant churn of content, but on varying budgets, right? Everybody has their varying budgets. So it doesn't matter if you have a tiny budget or a large budget, you need to show up on camera, level up your video, because social media marketing is not going anywhere. And so today I really wanted to dive into this element of speaking on camera and showing yourself and letting people hear your voice. I'm going to start with, that was me drinking water. I wanted to start with your goals. So it's important to remember, I always have like a sticky note method where I keep a sticky note on my computer, and it has one or two goals for that quarter or for that 6-month period. And basically anything that doesn't align with those goals gets a no. So just opportunities, things to invest in, just they get a no. So I really want to talk about your goals as an agent and how social media works in with that. So your goals are to establish trust, to have people think you are trustworthy. Obviously, they're working with you and investing, a significant sum of money, but also it's a longer term relationship. So, they need to really know that you're going to be there for them, that you have their best interest in mind, not someone else's best interest in mind. And so one of the things we're trying to build is trustworthiness. Another thing we're trying to build is credibility. So obviously in your industry, it's competitive, but a lot of people's industry is competitive. And always we have to bring out, why am I the person you should work with? Do I have third-person credibility? Reviews, outside press, people speaking for me, great testimonials, things like that. So once they think you're trustworthy as a person, they also want to know that you're credible, you're legit, you've been doing it for a while, you have a good track record, and people really trust you. Not just trust you, that's trustworthiness, but that you're also seen as credible, which is like, a little bit different. Things that can help you with credibility is, again, that third-person proof. So that could be testimonials, social media proofs, Google reviews, all of those other things of people speaking for you. And now we're going to expertise. So this is something I really love working with my clients on is showing you as the expert. I have a lot of my clients, a lot of my agents across the country. They aren't necessarily not showing up on social, but I would say we start with that personal lens because we're on social and we're like, well, it's social. So I'll show up with my dog and my kids, and that's fine. But as you really look, anytime you're using social media and you're not using it for your business, that is a waste of time. I forget the average, but the average person spends like hours a day on social media. So if you're spending those hours on social media, I would say commit to learning more, commit to working smarter, and using that time in a way that's actually going to advance your business. So now we're talking about expertise. So as you're showing up on social media and you're bringing your personal, maybe a little bit of your personal, we want to really have you show up as the expert. So your goals, we have trustworthiness, credibility, expertise. So we want people to see you as the expert. And what's involved in that is having you show up and teach, educate, highlight your clients' wins. So it's a little different than those other things we were talking about, but it's really showing people exactly what you do, what you know, and how you can help them. Now, another thing that we're talking about is relatability. Another goal is relatability. This isn't necessarily always a business goal, but it's a part of the marketing piece because such a part of social media marketing is connecting to people on that human level. So when we're talking about relatability, letting people feel like you are someone that they could talk to, be with, be friends with, learn from. So social media is perfect for that because it does have that element of like one-to-one connection, right? You're on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever. It is a real person and you connecting. Like if they say something, they like your post, they comment on your post, they respond to something. They are connecting to you, they are relating to you, and they are feeling that you are relatable. So when we're talking about those goals, trustworthiness, credibility, expertise, relatability, I probably should have put in a different order so it has like a fun acronym. TURK, CRET, credibility, expertise, relatability, and trustworthiness. Kurt. Anyway, but those things are sent way, 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 way down the road. Like you will get so far with each of those when you start showing up on camera and showing your voice and speaking with your voice and letting people hear your voice. Why is that? When we're posting on social media and we're having those static posts like a quote or resharing a quote, for inspirational quote, or we're posting something that our brokerage gave us, that is fine. I think it's a totally fine baseline. But you're actually not really leveling up people's understanding of who you are and what it would be like to work with you. So I'm not knocking those posts, but they're not really building that trustworthiness. And as for credibility, when you're talking about being credible, or you're talking about being an expert, if you're showing up on camera and actually using your voice to teach people, that's going to have them be like, oh, okay, I get it. And I think there are other ways that that can also lend itself, like if you do blog posts. But again, it's really important to put yourself in it because a blog post where everything's just aggregated from Google but doesn't have any of your point of view, it it's it might work for Google search engine optimization. You might get more people to land on your webpage. When you're thinking about turning people from client, followers or someone who knows of you into someone who actually going to work with you, that's where you need that piece where you're bringing in your special expertise. So even in a blog post, you'd want something about you in that. So for example, let's say you're making a video and you want someone to think you're an expert. You might be making a video about interest rates or mortgage. You can talk about the actual rates, if they've gone up or gone down, but I would push you to also include your take on it or your experience with a client who's experienced the volatility of the rate, how that hurt them, how that helped them, something like that. So when we're making this video and we're sharing our expertise to really be inserting our own angle. It's funny, this one of my past video boot camps, which is a group coaching program, one person asked me, like, how do you show up on camera where you're saying what you want to say, but then you're also bringing your personality into it? And that's that relatability factor. The more you show up on camera, the more you can show up on camera more naturally. Because of course, the first time you're going to do it, it's like you're new at anything. It's like the first time you do anything, right? It's a little challenging. Maybe you feel uncomfortable. Maybe your discomfort comes off. That's normal. It's like the same thing I say to my kids, right? If it's uncomfortable, it means your brain is growing. So if being on camera for the first time is uncomfortable, it means your brain is growing. It means your muscles are growing. So it is normal to say, I'm really on camera for the first time. That feels kind of uncomfortable. Cool, normal, great, amazing. It means you're getting better. So when we're talking about putting yourself on camera, putting in that expertise, don't worry if the first video or the second video is robotic. Put it out there, put in a fact, and then put in something from your own personal experience as an agent. Because people are there for your take. Yes, for some information that you got from some other source, but they also want your take. That's how you're going to leverage that expertise. I want to go back to that idea of speaking on camera. I will say this till I'm blue in the face. Everyone hates their own voice. Like I was asked when I was 11 if I was a smoker. Like I'm 11. So I don't smoke cigarettes. I mean, maybe some 11-year-olds smoke cigarettes. Fine. I should have said when I was 9. When I was 9, I had already this voice kind of raspy. And I'm like, okay, I have a raspy voice. I'm 9. It's okay. Whatever. Over time, you just kind of have to be okay with it. Let's be real. When you go somewhere, you go to the supermarket, you go pump your gas, and you ask for change. Do people like run away putting their fingers in their ears because your voice is that bad? They don't. I promise you they don't. You are fine. You are good. We are all our own worst judges. I actually read somewhere scientifically, we hear our own voice differently than the world does. Something about the way the actual audio comes in our brain. But I'm not a scientist, so I'm just quoting someone else. But again, remember that we're all really our own worst judge. So everybody hates the sound of their own voice. Don't worry about it. So it's all to say, when you're building upon those goals, trustworthiness, expertise, relatability, and credibility, being on camera and showing your own voice, having people hear your tone and your expressiveness is very, very important. I do think I have some clients who like to do lifestyle videos. I like lifestyle videos. I think that they're very cute and they can really like show where you are. So lifestyle video is, maybe it's like quick shots of, maybe it's a beautiful home, or maybe it's a lovely neighborhood in your area and you're highlighting that stuff. Maybe it's a home tour. Maybe it's Main Street of your area with a cute coffee shop, a little store. Maybe you're traveling and it's like a shot of you packing up the suitcase, putting some clothing in the bag, and then you're putting on your lipstick. Those are lifestyle videos. I like them. I'm 2 thumbs up on lifestyle videos. However, I would say you also need to layer in voices where people can hear you. And I have other ideas. If you really hate being on camera, talking to the camera, I have other ideas. You can reach out to me, tag me, connect with me on LinkedIn or Instagram, and I'll give you some ideas. It's at Kim Rittberg, Rittberg. But I do think it's important that in whatever way you can, to show up and use your voice. So here's one actionable thing you can do today to get on camera, to use your voice. I want you, when you're out in the field, and this is why I love agents, you're always out working hard, right? Connecting with more people each week. When you're out in the field, pop your camera up, pop your phone up, and start recording yourself. Talk to the camera and say what you're doing, where you are, and what you're seeing. So for me, I'm Kim, so I would pop my phone out, and I would be like walking in my main street in Brooklyn, New York, and I would say, today I have a busy day. I'm recording content for Keeping It Real podcast. I am meeting with my group coaching clients to work on scripts today. And then, I'm going to do a little bit of my back-end administrative, and then I'm gonna get my kids from school. But I'm just going to say that to the camera and show people where I am. Like I'll record it maybe on the main street in my town. So for you all, that means when you're out and about, maybe you're on a home tour, maybe you're visiting, maybe you're meeting a client, maybe you're just like checking out the new stores on the main street of your town, just record that and talk to your camera. I promise you, this is my promise to you, you will get more reactions, responses, views to that content because people want to hear from you. We always think like, who cares about me? People want to hear from you. People do want to hear from you, but more importantly, it advances your business. So tag me in that. You can put it on Instagram stories. That expires after 24 hours. So put it up there, tag me, and then I will reshare it. And if you are, really trying to get yourself on camera, but you're not like 100% there, or maybe you're comfortable on camera, but you just don't have those videos, I have my VIP Thought Leader Day coming up in New York City in early May. So connect with me if that's of interest to you. I work with you on your messaging. I train you for on camera. I will put you at ease. I'm a really good director and I make it fun. I've won 6 awards for my video work. And we will deliver for you months worth of content for your website and for social media. But more importantly than just content is dialed in messaging content, letting people see who you are and why you're awesome from your own voice and from your own perspective. So Again, I'm wrapping it up for what we are talking about today. Who cares if we hear your voice? Do you need to speak on camera? The answer is yes. Any content is good content, but I do really think, not I do really think, the truth is you need to show up on camera talking to people and letting them see who you are. That's going to really build the trustworthiness, credibility, expertise, and relatability we're looking for. So you are going to record yourself this week doing something in your regular workday. You're going to tag me at KIMRITTBERG on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. And drop me a line. Let me know that you did this. I really think accountability is very, very important. Okay. Grab my free download. I have 10 tips to make awesome video and a bonus, be more confident on camera. That's at kimrittberg.com/newsletter, and it'll be connected in the show notes. And go forth, get on camera. Don't hold yourself back. Until next time.